Hi, and welcome back to Blue's Garden. Let's get started on some inside garden projects and in the kitchen. Well, busy week indoors as opposed to outside. Taking care of the lettuce that I planted last week, watering a bit of that, watching it grow. My kitchen, well, first of all, I love to cook. And I make a ton of jams and jellies, 4 or 5 different kinds. I also make a couple of different kinds of pickles. I've been making sauces and salsas out of my tomatoes and peppers and onion and garlic. I've been drying herbs and whatnot. I store them all in a room in my basement, a canning room. This is actually when my folks moved into this house a million years ago. It was set up for holding canned goods. But I finally did some organizing. I straightened out the shelves a little bit, and I also took some chalkboard paint and painted some signage so that I can label things, because right now I'm about the only one that knows everything that's down there, and I want it to be organized so anybody else in the house could go down and pick things up. So let's take a look at the canning room project. First step was getting down into my room where I keep my canning goods and doing some measuring. That said, got some measurements and head over to some scrap 1x3, and mark it out. Let me know how much I need, and then chop it up. We have all kinds of toys, lots of power tools. So a project like this is very easy to deal with. Measure, measure, cut. Measure twice, cut once. Then back outside with the chalkboard paint. Allows me to use some whiteboard markers and easy wipe on, wipe off. Give it a good coat and get it all set up so that I can make my signage on the inside the room. And don't forget to get as many faces as I can so that the project looks finished. It doesn't have to be perfect. This isn't for House Beautiful, but it is to make things a little more sane inside my canning room. Spray paint done, let it dry. Once it's dry inside, install it on the shelving. Crack the boards, because that's what I do. Did not pre-drill. It's just quick and dirty. There is the finished, one side is finished. And then the paint markers. Gives me a chance to actually mark it out. Up above you can see some of my canning supplies. Top shelf there is bread and butter pickles and some dill pickle. Bread and butter, some dill, and cranberry applesauce. Some dried green onion next to it. Dehydrated bits of green onion. Below the green onion is the lavender lemon jelly. This is beach plum. There's a whole lot more of that now. I actually made a ton. Blueberry jelly, beach plum jam, blueberry jam, and lavender lemon or lemon lavender jelly. Raspberry with the arrows pointing down. I have a ton of raspberry jam. let's take a quick look at what I did for work this week, not in the kitchen or garden. I did a little fundraiser for Harvard and MIT, a joint health and sciences technology program, their 50th or 55th? 55th anniversary fundraiser for some alumni at the MFA in Boston, Museum of Fine Arts. Those of you who know me or have followed know that I work in lighting, video, and sound for corporate events. And this was the Harvard and MIT Joint Health and Sciences Technology fundraiser they did for their 55th anniversary. On top of the jams and jellies, I also delved into one of our favorite drinks in the summertime is blueberry vodka and lemonade. And I thought I'd give it a shot at making my own blueberry vodka. As I mentioned, one of our favorite summer drinks is a blueberry vodka and lemonade. And I thought I'd give it a shot at trying to make my own blueberry vodka. Now, I am not distilling vodka. I am just flavoring some store-bought vodka. I'm using an 80 proof and a half a cup of sugar, a full cup of blueberry, and 750 milliliters of an 80 proof vodka. So, challenge is I'm doing this in a Coke bottle, plastic Coke 2-liter bottle. So, getting all the blueberries in there. I didn't have any wide mouth jars. I often do, but I didn't have it this time. So getting all the blueberries in was my biggest challenge of the day. And the other challenge I ran into, actually kind of ironic, is my other challenge is I couldn't find my funnel, which that made for a really challenging day for other projects that I had. So, nothing like a trusty piece of paper, and funnel the old sugar in there. Sugar and the vodka helps macerate it a bit. Now, immediately, and for the first few days, you shake every single day. Shake every single day, and then crack open the plastic 2-liter bottle so you don't have too much pressure build up. Shake vigorously every single day, first few days, and then once a week after that for about 6 or 7 weeks. And then the blueberry vodka should be good. So give me a chance to test it out over Thanksgiving. That's about when it'll be done. And I'll know if I'm going to make some for the spring. Tucker obviously was enjoying supervising my night. Like I said, after the first few days, then once a week, go in and shake. And again, just crack it open so you don't have an overpressure. After the first few days, there really isn't a lot of pressure built up. The blueberry starts to break down and macerate. And you don't get as much. Anybody who knows me is going to find this next bit really ironic. I don't like spicy. That being said, here is my first ever delve into making a habanero mango hot sauce. You heard it right. Me making hot sauce. Coming soon, there will be a much more in-depth video on me making some hot sauces. This is just a quickie here showing you what I got done this past week. I made some habanero mango hot sauce and bottled it up. I have these little flip-top bottles. I've got dozens and dozens of them for the 2 different kinds of hot sauce I made. We also were very fortunate in New England and had a wonderful aurora over the top of the house. And, of course, Tucker. relaxing in the house. Like I said, busy week indoors and an awesome aurora borealis, northern lights that reach down on a particularly clear night here in New England. So happy for that. I'm really glad I got a chance to get that project done in my canning room. Feel like that's been hanging over my head for the last 6 months. I've been wanting to get to it, but I didn't want to take any time away from outside. I'm also glad to finally get some little projects done in the actual kitchen. It feels good to get some hot sauce started with some of the peppers I grew. Next up is lemon aiji. My aiji lemon drop peppers are like 50,000 Scovilles, which is pretty zippy. Well, for me, it's painful, but for most people, probably my daughter would say, "Oh, Dad, it's barely mild." But I'm gonna do a lemon aiji hot sauce. The habanero is a little bit hotter. The habanero mango is a little bit hotter than the lemon aiji will be. But so I'll have a couple of jams and jellies and hot sauces for Christmas baskets. Anyway, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I would really, really love it if you'd smash that like button down below. Give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. Share the video if you would like. That helps me grow and that helps you grow. Thank you very much.